What scares you? There's a lot in my life that has scared me, and I know that there are people here sitting right in front of me, and all of y'all on your couch, at your desk, wherever you are, you've been scared of a lot of things too. But what does it mean? I'm always scared of not being the person we want to be. Like when we think about our life, am I loyal? Am I not rich enough? Am I not pretty enough? Am I not confident enough? Am I scared of what other people think of me? I don't know. There have been times I think all of us have felt that way. There are times, I guess, when I was about Jacob's age, I'd be a little unconfident. You get over that, you hope. But do you even know what it means? To be scared, what that feeling is trying to tell you. I'm really, really scared of the way I look. I know every single person has gotten out of the shower and go, "Ooh, golly, I don't know if I feel attractive today." Or you put on a shirt or you put on something to go out and you're like, "God, is that girl going to like me? Is that dude do I look good enough to go to this place? God, I can't afford nicer clothes. I can't do this, But, we're not alone in that. Everybody has had that feeling. Everybody. And how about this, especially when you're young, somebody asks you to go do something and you don't have any money, Or if you're talking, I'm scared if I'm talking and people aren't paying attention, like Randall. It's really irritating whenever you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, or whatever age, and somebody says, "Hey, let's go have dinner." And you can't. You can't because you don't have any money. So that's something to be kind of terrified about, actually. And then, to take a quick pause, thank everybody, thank all of y'all at home for continuing to make this book do very well. And if you haven't got it, it's in hardcover and audiobook, and I appreciate it. It helps continue to allow us to do what we're doing. I used to think this, I was scared of being unworthy of God. My preacher, if anybody's ever read my book, and here, I was really terrified because my preacher told me that, "Hey, you young boy, I know it's that age in your life where you're doing your little release in the bathroom, so you're probably going to go to hell. So you need to stop that." I was terrified of that till I was in my 20s. I was like, "God, what is wrong with me? What is wrong with me?" A lot of people fear that. Am I unworthy? It's a big deal. A lot of people, they break up with their husband, they lose a spouse, they break up with somebody they thought they would be with forever. Then they go, "Am I always going to be alone now?" Or people in their older age, they've been with their wife forever and they're in their 70s, 80s, or even 90s, and their wife or husband dies. And then you have to think, "God, am I just going to be alone in this house for the rest of my life now?" There are a lot of things in this world to be scared about. But if you have and maintain good friendships, like Jacob, I really admire Jacob for making a strong effort to come out here a lot, because he's making a strong effort to maintain friendships. And you know what that does? That ensures that you're not going to be alone when you have bad stuff happen. Same way with Dean, especially Donna. We've developed a super close relationship, and you, Steve, and Megan. It's important. Anytime I've ever felt like I wanted to be alone, or I was alone, well, hell, Dean just all of a sudden magically appears in my study. It's a phenomenal thing that happens whenever you have these good friends in your life, and you have to maintain them. You have to go out of your way. You have to be inconvenienced. Sometimes you have to do stuff you really don't feel like doing. And why? Because you don't want to be scared. You don't want to be alone. It's kind of selfish, really. But it's selfish in a very positive way. I felt this way before. I was kind of scared of my own vanity. Because when I used to take my shirt off, 10 years ago, I was fine. That was a fact, and I knew it. And I know that a bunch of these young guys, because they still have a high metabolism, like Noah can eat all day and he won't gain a pound. They look good, they know they look good. But that could really, I was scared of it, because I knew there would come a time in my life where I could look at a donut and gain weight. I knew that time was going to happen. And that's whenever I'm at the club with you. I don't want to eat, don't want to eat anything fattening. It's bad. I don't even want to look at it. It's really bad. And it's something to really be scared of. I don't want to die. Has everybody been, everybody here has been to a funeral. Everybody has seen someone laying in a coffin. Everybody has contemplated their own death or the death of somebody they love. And most of us have lost somebody close to us that are sitting here. Everybody. I don't know anybody here that hasn't. Well, I don't know some of these new people. But I just think of what we talked about last week. You cannot kill water. You know, you can grab a sledgehammer and hit a bucket of water and water does not die. And you are water. Like we're all water. And we're all energy. And energy doesn't die. It just transforms into something else. So if our physical bodies, you can't kill it. It just morphs into something else. I mean, I guess we're just scared of the unknown, right? You know, because we live in this society that a lot of Christians believe that we're going to burn in hell if you do something one way, and then a bunch of Christians think you are not going to burn in hell if a certain thing, and you know, there's all this contradictory stuff, and you don't know what the truth is, and you don't know because nobody that you know has been on the other side of death and then comes back and tells you exactly what happens. We have to trust a preacher, pastor, guru, whatever. We just don't know. So yeah, that's kind of scary too, right? And it's real scary when you see somebody you love dying. Like that's horrible. Like that's really, really scary. Like it's really horrible. Like my mother was not doing well. They thought her cancer had just jumped back up and she was going to, she really thought she was going to die just a few weeks ago. And I could tell by talking to her, and it was miserable. I was like, this is unbelievably horrible. Comes to find out, she was just taking too many vitamins, and she had a toxicity to vitamin D. And now she's fine. But it was like, okay, that's a relief. But it's really, really scary, you know? Like, what do I do without that person in my life? Or losing what you have, you know? Like, there's so many people that are kind of stuck in places that have hurricanes or Tornado Alley, and their stuff gets blown away. A lot of people are fearful of it. They can't afford insurance. Like it's something every time the weather it comes on, it's bad. Oh God, tornadoes are coming, and you know, they're just panicked. We can't afford to lose everything. What am I going to do? I can't pay rent this month. What am I going to do? I'm scared of losing everything. It really stops us from being able to elevate our spirit. It really becomes difficult. I'm really scared of losing my health. You know, we talk about health a lot here, and mental, physical, emotional, every bit of health. Like it's all important. I have weighed myself on the scale sometimes, and I'm just like, what is up, dude? What is up? No way. But you know, there are things you can do to be healthier that don't require a whole lot of stuff. Just take a walk, do some grounding, take your shoes off, go walk in the grass. Go lay down with a blanket and hang out and laugh until you cry with a bunch of friends. Like that's super healthy. Or all the times we've all gotten together to stargaze and just crack up, and like it's beautiful. Like it's really fun. That's really healthy. It's another way to get over it. You know, a lot of people fear this. You know, my body's changing when my loved one leaves me. I start to think differently than my spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend. Are they not going to love me anymore? My circumstances have changed. I don't make as much money as I used to. Or is she going to leave me? Or is he going to leave me? I'm getting old and they see the wrinkles all over me. They see the gray hair. Are they going to love me still? You young boys will feel that in the very near future. It comes a lot faster than what you can ever imagine. And I know I heard that whenever I was y'all's age. Time goes by so fast. And I was like, yeah, kind of, maybe, whatever. And you blink a couple of times and all of a sudden you're 50 and you're like, what? Where did all that go? I'm scared to make new friends. God, I get this all the time. People message me. We got a small crowd today. And I don't know, it's probably 3 or 4 times a week. Man, that was a great presentation last week. I'd love to come out, but I'm really scared or I don't like meeting new people, or I don't like to be around crowds, but I'm telling you, y'all are home, y'all are watching this, all many, many thousands of y'all. Nobody here is going to bite. I mean, not unless you're real rude and you try to bite us first. I mean, nobody's going to pick on you. It's okay. It's a safe place. But you know, if you want to have good friends, you got to be a good friend. You got to be somebody that other people can count on. If you need something, Are you going to call the person you were never there for? Are you going to call the person that you've always, I got an excuse for never showing up. I got an excuse for not being a good friend. And then you need something. Like your car broke down on the side of the road. You got stuck. You got anything. If you're not a good friend, you're not going to get a good friend to come help you because you won't have any. You just won't have any. So yeah, if you're somebody who can't be counted on, good luck. Good luck. This is a big one for most everybody. I'm scared of failing. I don't want to try anything. I don't want to try to open a new business. I don't want to try to go on this third or fourth date with somebody. Whatever the thing is, I'm afraid. What is everybody going to think if I fail? What if this thing doesn't work? What if I go out and try to start this new gig and, I tell everybody about it. I put it all over social media and then all of a sudden it just doesn't work. Then everybody's going to think I'm an idiot. That's a big fear. And it's a real thing. Like it happens to a lot of people. Well, I've started a lot of businesses that didn't work. Started quite a few that worked out great, but that's just all part of it. Failing is a part of life. Like if you are not failing, you are not doing anything. Like you are stuck. You have to fail in order to achieve. And you got to fail a lot. Like it's not something you just, look, I failed once. Everything else is going to be rosy. No, that's not how life works. So do you continue to be scared and then you get to the end of your life and you're like, golly, I wish I'd have been able to overcome that. But instead I'm in a government nursing home because I never did anything and I don't have any friends and I can't afford anything. Now I'm just going to die alone. Like that's something to be really scared about, I would think. And this is a real big one. How many people do we know that don't even know why they're here? They don't even know what their purpose is. Like, what's your purpose? Like these two young guys sitting in front of me, like they're just now starting to try to figure out what they want to do for the rest of their life. The rest of their life. And then you start scratching your head and then you don't get a definitive answer. You don't tell yourself what your goals are. Then all of a sudden you drift and all of a sudden you're 30. You're like, damn, what did I do with all that time? I didn't make any plans. Yeah, I probably should be scared of that. I probably should be scared of that right now and make some plans and take little steps to make sure that things in my life sort of kind of turn out like those plans, because plans never turn out exactly right. They're a bunch of little detours all around. But what is our purpose? Like, what is the purpose? And life gets in the way nonstop. A lot of people don't mean to have, you accidentally have a baby. Then all of a sudden you accidentally have 5 babies, you have 10 babies. All of a sudden you got everybody's, you just have this, your life what just happened? And then you never even get a chance to figure out your purpose. That'd be bad. That'd be real bad. But you gotta figure it out. You gotta figure out how to do it. I know people don't talk to each other. I got a friend of mine that just does not, everything has to be a joke. He doesn't want to be misunderstood. You don't want to talk to your loved one when they're angry. You don't want to talk to your parents because they're irate because something, you didn't do something. And you think it's no big deal, but you can't really talk to them because you feel like you can't. Or some people you just can't talk to, and so you're naturally scared and you're fearful, God, that really sucks because I love them. I have some brothers and sisters like that. Not that I'm scared, it's yeah. You know what I mean? Or you're disappointed in a parent. I think that's I'm probably pretty sure every blue moon my father watches one of these. And if you're watching, Pops, I know you're scared. For a fact. So why don't you just open your fat mouth and just talk? It's okay. I'm not going to bite you. It's going to be all right. We can practice the art of communication. We can. We have to use our mind and our mouth. If not, where are we going to be? If I wanted to play pickleball really bad today, because I woke up this morning and last night, man, I really want to play pickleball. But I never told anybody I want to play pickleball. Then I'm just out there standing by myself. I wish somebody played pickleball with me. But I was too afraid to ask anybody, that would be stupid. But that's the same thing with everything in our life. If I wanted to hug Jill every time she walked in from work and I never made the effort to go hug her, well, I was scared because I didn't want to be rejected. But luckily that's never the case. We hug every time she comes home from work. But that's the point. Yeah, you got to get over our fears. You know, we're just humans, right? We're just human. We have every one of those emotions. We have the smart ass, we have the, oh, I'm shocked, we have anger, everything, happiness. But you know, in this thing of being a human, we got to have some like self-forgiveness when we do something stupid. Yeah, like my buddy sitting out here, he knows not to stay out till 8 o'clock in the morning. Like he knows for sure not to do that, like he just did. He knows that is going to stop him from doing other things in his life that would be not only more fun, but they would enhance his life better. Like that's a fact. All you sitting at home, you know for a fact that you got to forgive yourself, because if you got high last night or you got drunk or you did something stupid, you have to recognize it and say, hey, let's do something a little bit more productive. Let's just do something a little bit more productive. It's okay. I can forgive myself. All right, we're all stupid sometimes. Just let's find another way. Let's find a better way to live this life. Especially you young guys, y'all better start writing down your goals. You better start writing down what you want to do. I mean, there are a lot of people that are 30, 40, 50, 60 years old and have no clue what they're going to do in this life. And why? Because they never, ever committed themselves to figure it out. You look around and you see why some people are really successful, and you go, God, they got their stuff together, man. They're emotionally stable, they're financially stable, and they're cool to be around, they're confident. But I'm not. I don't have anything. I'm broke, I feel bad, I'm depressed. Like, why is that? What's the difference? What would separate you from them? Really, really easy thing. I write down what I want to do, and I figure out how to do it. And I ask people for help. I ask them. You ask them, how do I do this? I have this idea. Move around, breathe, be around people that elevate you, and get rid of everybody that does not honor their word. If you have any friend that does not honor or do what they say they're going to do, they are not your friend. They are not your friend. They are your albatross. They are the weight around your neck. If that resonates with y'all, then y'all should come on out. I love y'all. Thank y'all for joining. Thank you all you 9,000 to 12,000 people sitting at home. I appreciate it. And we will see you next time. Don't be afraid to come out. Don't be scared. Don't be a baby.